Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Katie's Kingdom. This is my first home-related, organizational-related video, and I hope to do more of these, but I'm going to tackle my playroom, my son Jackson's playroom. He's almost 5 years old, and I also have a brand new baby daughter named Felicity, and she is 4 months old. So this is the after, but as you will see in a moment, the playroom was getting completely out of control and very disorganized. So I was over on Instagram, and a lot of you said that you'd be interested in seeing my process here, so I decided to film it. In the past on this channel, I have basically just shared our vacation videos, mostly to Disney, and I will continue to do so, but now that it's the new year, I decided I wanted to be a little more serious with this channel, so I'm going to be putting out videos every Monday and Friday for you, and you're going to see a wide variety of things. I am just starting out, so I don't really exactly know where this is going to go, but I would like to show you more of my home and my organizational process, because those are very interesting videos for me to watch and also a hobby of mine for me to do. I'm a stay-at-home mom of my 2 little ones, and I do quite a bit of this in my real life, so I decided why not film it and share it for you guys, because this has been just a really fun journey for me, and I'm really excited for it to evolve a little bit more. So if you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. I would love to have you here. We're trying in the new year to be a little more minimalist and get rid of some things, but at the same time, toys are very important to my son, and he takes very good care of them, and he likes them. So I wanted to organize and update the playroom with things that he actually does play with. And as you'll see, he got into the process with me and was actually very, very good about getting rid of some things that he doesn't play with anymore to make room for the organization and things that he does play with. I also needed to start making room for my daughter Felicity's toys. She's only 4 months right now, but she's getting into that stage where she has things. And I also needed to get rid of a lot of the teeny tiny little toys that sort of don't get played with but are a huge choking hazard. So I think I was able to achieve all of those goals. I will take you through my process, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope you can get some inspiration and organizational tips along the way. Okay guys, you asked for a playroom reorganization video, so here it is. And it's looking really, really bad right now because I already started taking things off the shelves and purging, and I had shared that with you on Instagram. And a lot of you said you'd be interested in this video, so this is where we're at right now. The very first thing I did was go through and purge just some things that I know that Jackson wouldn't have noticed and things that he just never played with. And then I went through the little boxes and took out a lot of the teeny tiny toys that we had, because I have a 4-month-old baby girl, and before I know it, she's going to be crawling and putting lots of things in her mouth. She already started putting things in her mouth, but she's going to be mobile soon, and I want a lot of the little toys just out of the house, the things that Jackson won't miss. And then I talked to Jackson about reorganizing the playroom and making room for his new toys from Christmas, and let him know that he wouldn't be able to be getting any new toys unless he got rid of some of the old things that he didn't play with. And the only thing Jackson likes more than his toys is buying new toys. So that resonated with him way more than I thought it would. And he actually went through a bunch of bins and got rid of a ton of stuff. And I will put in some footage. I just took some footage of us doing that together, and it was just so sweet, so I'll put that in here.
Go it on fast play.
Okay, yeah, I will. That's exactly what I'll do.
Fast.
Alright, so let's...
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if
Oh, look what we did! We emptied
What?
You did so good. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
This is actually fun doing this.
It is so fun. You know what's so fun about it? Because now we have only stuff we really like to play with. And then we have stuff to give to other kids that aren't as fortunate as us.
Now it's doing second load and I will put these in bags.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the
Hot
ground.
Stone, we always meet on Hot Stone, we always play it.
Alright, then we can get rid of them. You can just toss them right in the back.
You're gonna get a new home!
New home. That makes me so happy.
Figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah.
And our current organization system looked like this with these little cube boxes that you can't see through. And a lot of the stuff just doesn't fit well into those. So I think I'm gonna go to Target or Home Goods and get some new elements of organization for this room. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and pull out more of the bins and just organize each type of thing that I want to keep, and they won't necessarily be in the container that they're gonna live in ultimately, but I'm just gonna see how many containers I need, what size containers I need, and just organize that way. So that's what I'm gonna do next.
Say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last man falls. I don't need them anyway. When I'm with you, I have it all. Oh, I'll never let you slip away. Oh, and you don't have to be afraid. I will hold you till the sun comes crashing down. I'm yours until the end of time. Until the end of time.
Some good organizational tools are Ziploc bags, and then I got some tape so that I can corral the little parts of games and then tape them onto the games.
Stars fade away and your scars don't. Your scars don't. Say my name, stay with me till the stars fade away and your scars don't. Your scars don't hurt. Your scars don't.
Okay, my original idea was to put those on the bottom shelf so that it would be easy to get them out. And they don't fit on the shelf. So I'm feeling a little bit defeated, but I've got things as organized and as purged as Jackson is going to handle right now. All this stuff still has to get gone through, and especially the stuff on the couch, but he's just not in the mood. And I'm feeling really frustrated and defeated at this point. So what I'm gonna do is feed the baby, but then I'm gonna go over to Target or Home Goods because I need more things that are like this size, which is larger. For like, these are a whole set of like tube tracks, and you know, you can't really pare them down because that's like how many there are. Also with the Duplos, like I just need a larger container that those can all get thrown in. So what I'm gonna do is go find some containers that will fit my needs a little bit better. Okay, it's almost 8 o'clock at night, but I was able to sneak out to go to Target, and hopefully I will find some organizational components for the playroom.
I've been waiting all my life for someone like you, like you. I would watch the days go by, wasted in blue. I was out of use. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose.
Successful Target run. I didn't really go there with any ideas. I was kind of hoping to be inspired, and I decided to go with the white to just bring a little bit of brightness into that room, and then the colorful, some new colorful cubes because it's a playroom and it's supposed to be fun for kids to look at. So I hope it all looks good in there. I'm excited to go in there and keep working. So when I saw you last, I was at Target, and I'm really happy with the things that I brought home. You're never sure when you're buying these things, at least I'm not, how well they're going to like fit things, and you know, especially since I didn't really have like a master plan with all of this. But I'm pretty happy with the results. This side is more put together. There's not things in every bin yet, which is good because I want there to be room to grow. But I think it looks pretty cute for a kid's playroom. It's not, you know, it's not like minimalist or Scandinavian or anything fancy, but it's definitely kids playroom vibe. So I'm digging it. And then there's still a ton of stuff on the floor, but this was like a huge amount of these tube tracks, and they fit really nicely in this bin, so I'm happy with that. And then this bin I put our sporting equipment, our indoor sporting equipment. I'm gonna change this because that is obviously overflowing. I can't decide if I want to display those guys or what, but I'm gonna figure all that out. And Jackson went through and organized some of his Hot Wheels stuff, so I'm gonna put that away and find homes for all of that. And then there's certainly a bunch more odds and ends, but we've been purging a lot with Jackson's blessing and help. And so that's the latest box of stuff to get rid of. I also went to Walmart and just picked up some more of these cutesy little kid bins in case I needed more for the other side, and then I'll just return what I don't want.
I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit.
least as done as I'm going to be, because I need to move on from this playroom project, and Jackson's already loving it and been playing in it, and it's kept its organization so far for over the past week or so. So I'm gonna give you a look inside all these bins and show you what I did. I'm so happy with it, and so is he. He's starting to play with things that he hasn't played with in quite a while, because now they're in a different place and more accessible. I found that if you just mix up like the location of toys every few months, it'll just mix up their variety of playing with things, and he's so excited about it. So when you walk in the room, here are the vehicles that we ride indoors. I know that sounds kind of funny, but we live in Buffalo, New York, where it is snowing right now. It's January, and it's just almost impossible to get outside to play. So I still let him drive these vehicles around the house. In here are just a few books, because the majority of Jackson's books are upstairs in his bedroom. That's where he likes to read. And then puzzles, and those are more accessible now. They used to be all the way up on the top shelf, and he couldn't just pull them out easily, and so I think he tended to forget about them. Plus they didn't really look nice up there, and I think they're just fine down here. His Duplos I put all in here. I put them all in these boxes. There's actually one more out, because he has found a renewed interest in his Duplos since I put them down here. He can get them out. He's been okay with just taking one bin out at a time and playing with them. And he made me a vase for my plant. And I guess I'll just bring you over here for now. I got rid of a lot of his trucks. He was so good about giving away things that he didn't really care for anymore. And now we're able to actually see the trucks that we have. They used to be over there in that corner, and moving them out here just made Jackson so happy. He came in here after that night that I moved it, and he squealed. Then if you come over here, this is the only thing that still could use a little bit of work, are the plush toys, and these are our Toy Story toys that just didn't fit anywhere else. So that is something I'm gonna work on, but like I said, I have to be done with this project. I didn't really want this to look like this up here, but in the end I think it's fine, and they're easily able to be seen. So if he wants to play Cars, Disney Cars play sets, I can always just get those down for him, and they're just one piece to take down and bring up. So I think it works out. That's the only place they fit. Okay, real quick, just a little methodology behind why I organize things in the places that I did over here, because I think that's was sort of the point of this reorganization here, because it doesn't really look that different on the outside, but inside it's very different. We have a lot of friends that come over and play here, and so I needed to keep in mind the children that were going to come over and play besides Jackson. So my method was to put things that I really didn't want that to happen to when he had friends over on the very top, and that way they mostly ignored them, and Jackson knows where they are, and if he wants these things, then we can sort of take them out in a more organized fashion and one at a time. And usually with his like building blocks and stuff, he likes to play with them in the living room while we're all playing and sitting there together, and not here. So those things are on top, so that I can pull them out and I have some control over what's happening in here when we have play dates and friends over. Not that any of the kids that we have are like destructive to be bad, but we have a wide variety of ages. So anyway, this is why I did what I did over here. So the top shelf over here are building toys. So these are Connects in here, and Lincoln Logs. Those are the kind of things that just are a nightmare if kids just start coming in here and dumping them all over the floor. So those can only be accessed if I am in control. And also his remote control things and his robots are very dear to him, and they also are breakable. You know, little kids should not be playing specifically with these robots, so those aren't accessible to little hands, but they're still easily visible in these wire shelves, and I think it gave like a little bit of a interesting look to the cabinets, so I really am happy about that. This is probably his most played with and favorite building toy, are these Magnetiles. So I made them so that he can reach them easily, but still they're sort of up and out of the way. And then over here I put his Paw Patrol toys. Then down here we have dress up stuff. This is something that Jackson doesn't honestly play with very often, but his friends like to. So that's accessible to people when they come over. And his rescue bots, which are very easy to pick up. They're not breakable. And if this gets dumped out, it's not the end of the world. Down here is my toddler box. This is for specifically our little friend who comes over who is a toddler. And that way he can just discover that himself and hopefully play with it. And same with these. These are, Jackson still actually likes to play with these. There are these foam pieces and they make like a cube and stuff. And he still enjoys that, but those are also some safe play for littler hands. Down here is his toolkit, which same thing. Everything on this first shelf is safe for the toddler. He is almost 1.5 to play with when he comes over. And then this is sort of girly things for the 3-year-old. We have 2 3-year-old little girls who are great friends of ours, and I just put stuff in here that I thought they would like to play with. Some of my Little Ponies from when I was little, and honestly this is mostly stuff from my own childhood, and then some diapers to put on the baby. Moving on to the second shelf, I have just this larger rescue bot boat because it didn't fit anywhere else, and PJ Masks toys. This is a box of sort of the random little guys, and so I thought this was high enough that the littlest hands can't really get it out to dump it. And this one's empty, so I wanted to have at least a couple of empty places to grow. These are his Toy Story toys. Honestly, only because I think this looks so darn cute, like they're in Toy Story jail, like at Toy Story 3, you know? And then up here are Felicity's toys, and I put them way up high because I didn't want any other kids to get germs on them, basically. And they're in pink, so that we know they're hers, and so this is strictly toys for Felicity as she gets a little bit older, and some things that she even plays with now, and her new little people Disney princesses. So that will grow with her. My husband Justin and Jackson love to play video games together, so obviously that had to stay out, and just his little rescue bots that wouldn't fit anywhere else I thought made cute decor. And then this is just, I really haven't touched that. That's Justin's video game stuff. And that is the thing full of small Legos. I took each set and just put them in plastic bags. Honestly, no kids that shouldn't ever go in this cabinet. I don't know, they just seem to ignore it. And that's easily able for me to just pull out if it gets discovered and some little hands want to try and open that stuff. Moving on to the other side, we have our 2 play sets. This is going to be for Felicity when she gets a little bit bigger. It's the Disney Little People Disney Castle and the PJ Masks HQ. So those can be easily taken down by me. And we've got all our board games way up high on both sides so that they can't be dumped out, but they can still be played with. And those are things that we play with Jackson anyway, so we'd have to take them out, and that's fine. Extra things that it just kept them corralled a little bit, and same thing over here. It just made it a little more visually organized. So over here we have his Hot Wheels cars, his Hot Wheels tracks. Jackson is super into Hot Wheels right now. That's the main toy that we've gotten into. He's almost 5. And so these are more Hot Wheels things, and he can easily take these things out himself and make like a little city, which he's been doing a ton. And they're also easy to kind of just shove back into that area, and he can actually clean that up himself. So that's working out really well. And same thing with his little Cars racetrack. These are both empty for future expansion. These are his Disney cars. We have way too many, but that's that. And his monster trucks. So these are all things that he didn't want to get rid of because he continues to play with them, and I was totally okay with that because he got rid of a lot of things that he doesn't play with, and now the things that he does are way more easily accessible to him. Down here we have our indoor sports equipment, like our knee hockey and just a couple of wiffle balls and his mitt so that he can practice sports in the winter, basically, and in the house. This is a little desk that my parents actually refurbed when he was younger. and it's just so cute, so I couldn't get rid of it. And I actually didn't get to this yet, but I'm gonna put just some coloring books and crayons in here that are safe for people to use, like no markers or anything like that. Safe for kids to use when they want to do some art in here. Jackson's cleaning supplies, which he actually plays with all the time. Anytime I'm cleaning, he'll run in here and just take out his cleaning supplies and help me. And then these tube things, which are new. It's like a tube racer track, and it's sort of hidden over here so that I don't know, it's there for when he wants to use it, but I feel like kids that come over are probably going to ignore that little corner and not pull them out and put them all over the place. And then we still have his Mickey tent back here so that I can just pull that out and put in the middle of the floor when he wants to play with his tent. So I still have to do a few things, like go through the stuffed animals and label all the boxes. I got these labels that go on these bins and can be easily switched out. So besides that, I'm pretty much done, and I'm so happy with how this came out, and more importantly, Jackson is so happy with how it came out. He completely exceeded my expectations of purging some of his toys and getting rid of some things that he didn't use or play with anymore. And he was so sweet in that he actually put things aside for particular people in his life because he knew that they played with things when they come over more than he does. So he got rid of a ton of things and was so happy to do so. A lot he was eager to give to charity and to kids that don't have as much as him and are not as fortunate, and then also give particular items to the people that he loved. So that alone was completely worth this exercise to me. He continues to warm my heart. He's just such a good kid, and giving him opportunities like this to do this are just, you know, invaluable. So I'm really happy with this exercise. I'm sure it won't stay like this, but everything has a home now, and we can sort of keep up with it a little bit better than we could. And I'm sure we'll be doing this again in another 6 months, but that's what toys are all about with kids, aren't they? They grow and change so fast that you have to constantly reevaluate your system and how you're doing things. But I'm just so happy with how this all came out. It was fun to do with him, and I'm excited for Felicity to start playing with toys, and then once she gets in a new stage, I'm sure we'll have a completely different setup again. But I hope you enjoyed my first video like this. I hope you enjoyed my first home-related video. I hope to do them more often, and thank you again for your support over on Instagram. If you don't follow me there, please do, because you get a lot more of my lifestyle and home and just normal daily routine type stuff over there, and I hope to bring some of that to my channel here. So I'll see you next time. Bye.